In this bag is 10 foods that has almost 0 calories. And no, I'm not about to list off 10 boring vegetables. You know you need to eat less calories so you can burn more fat, but it's easier said than done, right? If only there was delicious foods out there we could include in our diets which had almost 0 calories. Well, if you clicked on this video, maybe you've been wondering the same thing. So, if you want to eat less calories but still satisfy those taste buds, grab a pen and paper and watch this video till the end. Okay, number 1. We're going to start off with dessert. So first up on our list is sugar-free jelly, or jello. Each pot has 5 to 10 calories, which can help satisfy your sweet tooth. Not only that, it also contains gelatin, which has been shown to reduce your appetite and increase your feeling of fullness. And if you get them in the pots, there's 0 prep time and you can take them when you're out and about. Okay, so we're going to go from dessert to starter. Don't ask me why. But next on our list is tomato soup. Tomato soup can be great on a diet because it's very effective at satiating hunger, mainly because it takes up so much room in your belly without costing you a ton of calories. Obviously, this does depend on where you get it from or how you make it. But this can here is just under 100 calories for half a can. I probably didn't even pick the best one. And if you really want to go all out, make your own. And number 3, and this was a game changer when I discovered this. Now, I love rice, I love curries, I love paella, I love Chinese, but I can eat a lot of rice, which means a lot of calories. Enter slim rice. It only contains about 7 to 9 calories for every 100 grams of serving. To put that into perspective, the same amount of brown rice will cost you around 110 calories. It's also gluten-free. But Javid, what if I want noodles or pasta instead of rice? Good news, the same konjac flour that's used to create this also comes in noodle form. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, these calories come in the form of insoluble fiber. When you eat insoluble fiber, you end up taking in fewer calories in the form of carbs, compared to other forms of carbohydrates like soluble fiber, starches. This is because the type of fiber doesn't actually get absorbed entirely. In fact, you only absorb about 1.5 calories per gram of insoluble fiber, compared to the 4 grams you would absorb if you were eating regular carbohydrates full of starches or sugars instead. So this means for an 8-ounce serving of konjac noodles or rice, you'll effectively only end up with a net intake of 7.5 calories, making this noodles or rice one of the best carbohydrates for fat burning and one of the best weight loss foods in general. Now, I won't lie, they don't taste exactly like rice. So what I'll do is if I'm trying to lose weight, I'll have half the plate of this rice and then I'll have half the plate of the other rice. Same for noodles. Now, I have to include this bad boy in the list. For me, Diet Coke is a game changer. I recently done a 30-day fat to photo shoot ready challenge and it was pretty brutal. But I'll tell you what made it a whole lot easier. Having an ice cold one of these every single day with my dinner. For me, it massively helped my cravings and was just something to look forward to. Now, I know there's a ton of different opinions out there on Diet Coke and is it bad for you? Is it good for you? Is it dangerous? But if you actually look at the studies, there's 0 evidence that you shouldn't be including these in your diet. In fact, I've actually posted a video on this channel which goes through all the studies and all the science. So go and check that out and then you can make your own opinion. Okay, next I want to talk about adding some flavour to your food, aka condiments. McDonald's curry sauce, add that again then. You've probably seen the old school videos of bodybuilders eating plain chicken, broccoli and rice.
I'll have fish and rice cake.
Or you're now getting bombarded with TikToks showing you how many calories are in a tablespoon of mayonnaise. But in my opinion, life's too short to be eating boring plain food. So here are some great options. Mustard only has 3 calories per tablespoon. Hot sauce has virtually 0 calories. Horseradish sauce only has 6 calories per tablespoon. Heinz reduced sugar ketchup only has 1 gram of sugar and 5 calories per tablespoon. And soy sauce only contains 9 calories and is about 1 to 2 grams of protein per tablespoon. Next up is cucumber. 97% of cucumber is water, which means it's going to keep you very full for very little calories. A 100-gram serving of cucumber is around 15 calories. Also, studies have shown that cucumbers can help regulate your blood sugar levels, which means it's going to help fight off cravings. When you're eating cucumber, make sure to eat the skin, because that skin is full of fiber, which is going to help keep you fuller for longer. Plus, it contains a ton of vitamins and minerals. Okay, next on the list is zucchini, but not in the way you think. Now, I absolutely love pasta, but it can be a little bit heavy on the calories if you don't know how to portion. Introducing zoodles. The 7 days leading up to my photo shoot last month, I had spaghetti bolognese every single day. But instead of pasta, I had zoodles. All you need is a spiralizer. You can get one off Amazon for about a tenner. And then you can start easily cranking out some zucchini noodles. Zucchini only contains 17 calories per 100 grams. Meanwhile, the same amount of pasta contains 131 calories. and is much less filling. On top of that, just like cucumber, research indicates zucchini might help reduce and regulate blood sugar levels, which again is going to be so helpful in managing those cravings. Now, what I would recommend is just like the slim rice, don't completely cut out the pasta, but just halve your pasta portion and then fill the rest up with zoodles. Look, I'm giving you all my secrets, so you better be subscribing. But number 8. Now, this isn't actually a food, but you still put it in your mouth and it has 0 calories. Chewing gum. If you're looking for a way to reduce cravings, especially when you're working at your desk, consider sugar-free chewing gum. It's only 5 calories per piece. Research has actually shown people who consume chewing gum have 68 calories less than people who don't. Obviously not a massive difference, but over time that will add up. Just make sure you're actually getting sugar-free chewing gum, not that Hubba Bubba strawberry meat roll we all used to get as kids. Now, this next one I could not live without. I love it in my burgers, I love it in my full English, I love it with my steaks, I love it in my pasta sauces. Tomatoes. And technically this isn't a vegetable, but then again zucchini was a vegetable, so maybe I did lie about that vegetable thing after all. Anyway, tomatoes are made up of 95% water and contain 18 calories for every 100 grams. Tomatoes are also a great source of vitamin C and a great source of elements which are great for your heart health. And they're also great for your eyes, your skin, your immunity because they contain vitamin BK, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6. So make sure you're stocking up on tomatoes and having them in as many meals as possible. Next is one of my favourite fruits, and that's watermelon. Now, even though watermelon doesn't have 0 calories, it is very low in calories for a typical fruit. It contains about 30 calories per 100 gram serving, which is the equivalent of about 2/3 of a cup. One study found that if you have overweight people eat 2 cups of watermelon daily, they generally end up consuming fewer less calories than they otherwise would, which obviously meant they lost more fat over time. On the other hand, if those overweight participants consume the same number of calories in the form of cookies, they would feel a lot less full, which caused them to overeat and gain fat.
There is no cookie, Kevin.
This led the researchers to conclude that eating watermelon daily could help you reduce body weight, BMI, and blood pressure. One big reason why watermelon is excellent for fat loss is, well, as the name implies, it contains a lot of water, 92% to be exact. This high water content causes the stretch receptors in your stomach to be activated. And that sends signals to your brain telling you, hey, we're full, meaning you are a lot more likely to have a reduction in caloric intake over the day. And that's it. Filming this video has made me pretty hungry, so I'm going to go and eat. While I'm doing that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and YouTube knows you very well. In fact, it thinks you should watch this video next. Yeah, should we order some takeaway?